The gut is often referred to as the second brain, but conventional medicine fails to understand that the gut is more than just a digestive organ. It is the key to healing and body optimization. In this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know about gut health and how to heal naturally. I'm going to go over all the things that you need to do to either help leaky gut, an IBS, IBD, SIBO, H. pylori, whatever it may be. I'm going to help you solve this issue. I'm going to give you all the tools, strategy, and most of all, the knowledge you need to know to help with these chronic health issues. My name is Diego Reyes, functional health coach, functional nutritionist, owner of Complete Vitality Functional Health Coaching. We are a functional health coaching organization that helps men and women just like you get to the root cause of their chronic health conditions. I've been doing this for a long time. I've helped over 330 clients heal their gut, optimize their body, get to the root cause, and finally lose the weight and keep it off long term. I don't judge my success with the clients with me. I judge my success with the clients after me because I want them to come in, transform their health, get them right, and continue to keep making results and living a life that they want and that they need. Now, conventional medicine is just starting to understand that most IBS cases, irritable bowel syndrome issues, stem from SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And we'll talk about that in a later time. But pretty much think about this. Conventional medicine often targets specific symptoms of gut-related diseases. Okay, they use antacids for heartburn. They use laxatives for constipation. They use Pepto-Bismol for diarrhea or whatever. But functional medicine, taking a functional root cause approach, we are looking at all the underlying factors that can be contributing to your gut imbalances. Okay, all disease begins in the gut, as Hippocrates said. Okay, your gut houses trillions of bacteria, microorganisms, and fungi that contribute to overall body health. Okay, and this should be noted, you have more gut bacteria than cells within inside your body. Okay, and there are many indications of poor gut health. Okay, some are less related to the bloating, gas, and constipation. Okay, so it's not always just that. It's not always where you deal with the bloating, the constipation, the acid reflux, the gas. Okay, yes, those are obviously indications of poor gut health, but there are so many other things that are the contribution to poor gut health and actually stem from poor gut health. Okay, so I'm going to go by them one by one. Okay, so number one is allergies. 80% of your immune system, 70 to 80% of your immune system is housed in the gut. So therefore, if you have altercations in the gut microbiome, whether it be leaky gut, gut bacterial imbalance, inflammation in the gut, poor gut diversity, all these things deteriorate your immune system. Now, the symptom of that is allergies, autoimmune conditions, getting sick all the time. The immune system has been compressed. Okay. Another thing is pretty much your bone health and your brain health. Okay. There is studies that show overgrowth of bacteria within inside your gut causes something called neuroinflammation. That's inflammation inside your brain. Okay, giving you OCD, ADHD, okay, those type of things. Another thing is cardiovascular diseases. Cardiovascular disease is the number one killer in the US today, but many fail to understand that causes of cardiovascular diseases can stem from poor gut health. Okay? Dysbiosis can contribute. Dysbiosis is an overgrowth of bacteria in the gut, can contribute to inflammation throughout the body, arterial plaque formation, and high blood pressure. But yet no one understands this because what does conventional medicine does? What does conventional medicine do? They just give you, beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, ACE inhibitors, and all types of these drugs and pharmaceuticals that don't actually get to the root cause. Okay. Skin health and thyroid disorders can stem from poor gut health. Okay. Altercations in the gut microbiome can cause skin issues. Okay. Severe acne and those type of things. And then thyroid disorders, whether it be Hashimoto's thyroiditis, celiac disease, Graves, or it could just be hypo or hyperthyroidism. All that can be caused by poor microbiome gut health. And so we obviously see that many of these issues that you may experience stem from poor gut health. Okay. And they're when you heal the gut, you heal the condition, is what I say. And I've seen that in many times inside my coaching. But let's get into some of the nuanced things of how actually digestion works, because you aren't what you eat, you are what you absorb. And so, with that being said, it doesn't matter what you eat, because you can eat anything, but if you can't even absorb it for your body to utilize it correctly, then you're not really even doing anything. You're causing nutrient deficiencies, you're causing low energy, you're causing hormonal imbalances, you're causing all these issues. So to begin with, obviously digestion begins in the mouth. So when we eat food, we actually start secreting enzymes. Okay, we secrete enzymes like HCl and pepsin to help break down our food. Okay, but here's the thing: most of the digestion process happens in the small intestine. Okay, so with that being said, majority of the time people have something called SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and that's when there's an overgrowth of bacteria in the small intestine, exactly how it sounds. But the thing is that since most of our that starts to happen because most of our nutrients are absorbed in the small intestine. Okay, so that's why these chronic health issues like the chronic bloating, the abdominal pain, the bloating that gets worse throughout the day happens a lot because our small intestine has to take in so much food, okay, therefore giving us these symptoms. Okay, so begin with, I like to break down gut issues to four dysfunctions. Okay, four dysfunctions. Number one is inflammation and low diversity in the gut. Number two is leaky gut and low enzyme production, something known as hypochlorhydria. Number three is gut pathogens and SIBO. Overgrowth of fungus or bacteria can contribute to this. And then number four is full blown IBD, autoimmune disorder, whether it be ulcerative colitis or Crohn's. This is it. So number one is that majority of people have some form of inflammation in the gut. They have inflammation coming from the diet that they eat, the lifestyle they live, and some of the low quality supplements they have been sold. And so, with that being said, the first step to start healing the gut is to lower the inflammation within inside the gut. You will want to do this by eating an anti inflammatory diet, whole food, unprocessed, organic, grass fed if you can, okay, and focusing on polyphenol foods, okay, which are foods that are high in different colors, and different fruits and veggies, and then focusing on perhaps omega-3 fatty acids coming from fish, walnuts, flaxseed, chia seeds, okay, getting your omega ratio balanced. You also want to eliminate the things that negatively affect your gut because those things cause inflammation in the gut. Now, remember, if you can't lose weight in the midsection, that could be from poor gut health. Okay, and I'm saying this from experience for myself, but then from the hundreds of clients that have helped on a daily basis. By removing things like gluten, soy, corn, added sugars, artificial sweeteners, and food emulsifiers, which are preservatives, food preservatives, these things all irritate your gut in some ways of causing inflammation and in some ways causing fermentation within the small intestine that then gives you SIBO. Okay, so eliminating those things, incorporating an anti-inflammatory diet off those foods I said, okay, and focusing on eating high prebiotic food. And so when I say prebiotic food, those are foods that are something called higher FODMAP, which are good for individuals that aren't dealing with SIBO. But if you are dealing with SIBO, you do not want to have this because you're just going to contribute to the overgrowth more. Okay, so it's all nuanced. Remember, gut health is nuanced. It's just not going to be a one size fits all. So when you buy that program or that 3-day masterclass on you know, figuring out, can I do a gut reset? It's not the same for everyone. And this is why you don't get well. So with that being said, if you want to get well, you can, so next is leaky gut. So I've talked about leaky gut a lot on this channel, but leaky gut is essentially when you have increased permeability. Okay, when the intestinal walls inside your gut become permeable, so the protection layer of the outside of your gut and then the inside of your gut just pretty much split. And obviously, when the wall breaks, bad guys get out, bad guys get in. Just think about that. If you were living in a dome, and then broke the dome open and all the, gladiators came in, and then all the other, people that were going to destroy the village came out, things negatively happened. So with that being said, that's essentially what leaky gut is. And there are many symptoms of leaky gut that have nothing to do with, the bloating and constipation. Okay. Brain fog. Okay. Fatigue, low energy, thyroid issues, okay? Autoimmune conditions can stem from leaky gut. Tons of food sensitivities can stem from leaky gut, okay? But so all these things can stem from leaky gut, but how can you actually fix leaky gut? Well, here's the thing. You got to eliminate things. You got to eliminate the things like I've talked about before. You got to eliminate things that are negatively affecting the gut, causing the inflammation and breaking down your intestinal wall. Okay? You also want to focus on the anti-inflammatory diet like I've spoken about before. You also want to remove things like alcohol, okay? And then managing your stress, okay? So here's some supplements for you to take to help with leaky gut. Number one is glutamine. Glutamine helps tighten the junctions inside your gut, repairing the intestinal lining. Another one is something called Saccharomyces. Uh, SACB is what I'd like to say. So what that essentially is, if you type it in SACB, it's going to help with, bringing more beneficial bacteria inside the gut. Another thing is zinc. Zinc really helps with tightening the junctions. Another thing is immunoglobulins, colostrum, cyprium, marshmallow root, and something called BPC 157. So all these things are going to dramatically help with your leaky gut. Okay, and then the next one, final, SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Like I spoke about before, if you were dealing with SIBO, okay, you have all these different, imbalances in the gut microbiome, meaning you have an overgrowth of bacteria, okay, in the small intestine that then produces gas, and that gas gives you those symptoms. So there are many root causes to SIBO. Majority of time, the root cause of SIBO is something called migrating motor complex dysfunction. So what that is that you have something called your migrating motor complex, and it's pretty much something that helps sweep out food inside your intestinal tract, respectively. Now there is more nuance to all of that, but I'm trying to make this very digestible for you to understand. So when the migrating motor complex gets pretty much, altered through, either thyroid conditions, high stress, so much inflammation, okay? It starts to slow down the movement of food throughout your body for you to excrete it and then for it to use, with the other nutrients. And so it causes, this buildup of fermentation inside the small intestine that then gives you these symptoms. So anyway, what can you do about SIBO? Number one is to eat a lower FODMAP diet. Eating a low FODMAP diet helps starve out the bacteria in the small intestine. It also helps eliminate any of the foods that could be feeding into the large intestine. I would follow this diet from 6 to 8 weeks to help with getting rid of the overgrowth of bacteria. The next thing is to use antimicrobial herbs or antifungal herbs, depending on where you're at. So this is why testing can be beneficial. But if you're just going off it, use an antifungal and antibacterial to get rid of this overgrowth of fungus or bacteria. Okay, by doing that, you can help rebalance the gut microbiome. Another thing is actually probiotics. Probiotics have been shown to help with SIBO, eliminating inflammation, and repairing leaky gut. Things like lactobacillus, bifidobacterium, these type of common, high quality probiotics have been shown to dramatically improve SIBO symptoms. Okay. And the final most issue is IBD, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis. In those issues, you have chronic inflammation within the small intestine and the large intestine. Usually with colitis, you have more inflammation in the colon, large intestine, and then Crohn's, you have a mixture of everything. And so, with that being said, my favorite thing that I've helped with many clients is to eat more of a Mediterranean type diet, but then also have something called an elemental diet. So, this is a type of drink that you can drink that pretty much gives your intestines a break from digesting and assimilating nutrients. It helps calm down the intestines, lower the inflammation. After that, you can kind of do a hybrid type thing where you go, you go Mediterranean anti-inflammatory diet, okay, maybe perhaps in the back end of the day, and then in the morning you can drink an elemental diet, okay, but you wouldn't want to do this for life. Many things is you want to get to the root cause of the inflammation so you can help put that IBD into remission, which I've done many times with individuals. Now, that's pretty much a wrap up with what we got. So if you're looking to get to the root cause of your thyroid condition, root cause of your gut issues, root cause of your PCOS, PMS, menopausal, perimenopausal symptoms, and you finally want to heal, then I suggest you checking out CompleteVitalityLife.com. CompleteVitalityLife.com. That is my website, or you can just message me or email me or check out my Instagram or check out my other YouTube videos to learn more information about me, what my process is like, and how you can truthfully heal.